I've got your little present actually. So we talked about these in the last interview. My dad found 2 in the loft, so it's right that you should have one.
Can I say? Look at that. Where it all started.
Yeah.
So where we starting? Oh, look at that. Was that in that box of tricks? So this is a little flyer we did soon after moving into 15 really. I think we were going to
London bike shows.
A little handout that gave a flavour for what we're doing at the store.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually.
Yeah. Probably done by yourself, Jason, I think, back in there. Yeah. So we've been having a little dig through the archives.
Yes.
Found a few photos.
Fairly early advert
magazines.
on 220, which 220 seemed to be the Sigma Sport magazine for a while, featuring all the athletes that we sponsored month after month.
There's Annie Emerson and Richard Stannard, and then nice piece inside with Spencer Smith aboard his Sigma Kronos at the Hawaii Ironman Triathlon Championships 2001. I was actually lucky enough to be there on the roadside giving him a cheer on, but I think he pulled a hamstring in the run, so that was kind of the end of that. But
Spencer Smith's chances of victory disappearing. Sigma Sport director Ian Whittingham was seen adjusting his rear brake only moments before the world champion.
That isn't actually the piece that says Smith's return marred by technical.
No, pulled a hamstring.
Oh, okay.
They're blaming it on. I think it was code for Ian fiddled with his brake.
No, that's the way, right?
Yeah, and you got Andrew Johns on the front of that one. On there's a Nemesis, that frame. And Annie Emerson, so another Sigma Nemesis bike. And then there's a review of the Kronos here in Cycling Plus, which is the TT bike that Spencer Smith used in the Ironman. And that's a picture of our frame builder, Roberto Bellato. They were good evenings. It was quite difficult getting customers out of there at the end of the evening though, because they often enjoyed rather few beers too many.
That's rich coming from you, Jay. I seem to remember you were amongst them, as was I.
Had to socialise with the customers. Part of the job.
Very enjoyable part of the job.
Yeah.
So at Isha we have our 8-man customer service team, and then we do all of our distribution.
Yeah.
From there, all of our warehousing,
bike building,
plans to shop a couple of times a day, keep the whole reserve and collect flow of goods.
Keeping it smooth and running. Yeah. So here we are in Isha, and our 4th warehouse. Let's go and have a look.
Yeah.
Hello, gents.
Do you know
Afternoon.
which valve it's?
There we go. There's a bit of history.
Yeah.
Sigma frame, carbon fibre, built by Bellato, Olympia model.
It's the year.
I couldn't guess the year. I don't know. What would that be?
Do you still see a few around these days? Carry on through. These guys are quite busy with live chat and phone calls.
Hello.
Afternoon. How's it going?
Alright, okay.
Oh, right, dispatch.
How are you?
Yeah, good.
Right, good. So dispatch, hive of activity. Busy day today?
Looks that way.
Yeah. Okay, so into one of our 3 warehouses. So we've got a couple we've knocked through on the estate here, and we've got another one we'll go to in a second where we do all of our bike building. Shelves full of
Everything.
Lots of bike bling, plenty of helmets, shoes, clothing.
So I think, if I remember rightly, we moved from our old warehouse in 2014.
Yeah,
our last warehouse to this one.
Started trading out of here May 2014.
I think we did it in one weekend.
One of the hottest weekends of the year as well.
Yeah, moved all the stock, built all the racking in one weekend. Obviously it's filled up a bit more since then. All these offices were built. Yeah, it seems to get more full every time we come here.
That's because it is, yeah.
You alright, Bill?
You can see I'm retreating here.
Yeah. No, not at all. You carry on. I was like, nothing's happening.
You've been shopping with us since we opened up at Hinchley Wood.
Hinchley Wood.
Yeah.
Are you racing still? So have you stopped this?
Yeah, I've got my new bike now, yeah.
Yeah?
Training on the way home tonight.
Put us to shame, Bill. So let's take a stroll down one of the aisles. Lots of componentry, and it's amazing how much more complicated bikes have become with electronics, hydraulics. Very out of choices these days.
Not to mention all the bottom bracket variants.
Yeah, so it certainly meant our stock has had to keep growing to keep pace with everything that's changing. But that's also exciting. You know, lots of great new innovations always coming our way.
I'm just looking out for new products that we might not have in store.
Purchasing's doing the job right.
See if there's
You're
anything
not gonna
missing.
find anything. Plenty of Assos in stock. A brand that we've been with since pretty much day one.
Pretty much the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, always been a really great brand for us. Really kind of going through a whole kind of rebirth of the brand right now. So yeah.
Yeah, we've seen them grow over the years.
So let's head on up upstairs. This is where we used to house the content purchasing marketing team.
Good view from up here. Well, it looks like a helmet warehouse from this angle.
So a few more members of the customer service team.
Ian's old office round the corner.
Oh yeah.
Tom.
Afternoon.
So Tom heads up our customer service team. Busy day today?
Yeah, busy day, yeah. Phone calls and live chats and emails going out. So yeah, no, busy day. It's good.
What's the most we've done in a day?
About 15 or 1600 orders. Around Black Friday when it goes a bit crazy.
Do you want another screen?
Yeah, if you could add another one on the end, that'd be good.
So this is where our purchasing team were based. They've now moved out and made way for warranty. And Stuart, who's our warehouse manager. How's it going, Stu?
Yeah, all going well.
Head over to Bike Build Warehouse. So we.
Yeah, it didn't take long to
No,
grow.
it was a year after we moved here. We were already fussing the scene, so this one popped up as available, and we grabbed it. Afternoon, chaps.
Good afternoon.
The dream team.
Yeah, I'd say it was a bit more conviction.
A nice spread of bikes as well. Cannondale, Cervelo, Specialised.
Not staged at all.
Great.
They're savage me. Hey. Seem pretty content.
We sold many.
Dogs. Oh, I've got that lovely puppy smell.
Last one, yeah.
700 bikes or so in stock at any one time.
These are all our new bikes waiting to be built up, and then this line down here, and the next two aisles is X demo, X display, various test bikes, some X team bike, and other stuff which I have no idea. So our workshop over the shop is now able to just deal with repairs, servicing. They can do swap overs on components. They can do builds there as well. Likewise, we can do servicing here, but most of the time we keep this workshop facility here just for the new builds, and also the builds for the bikes that get sent out online as well. Looks like Mark's set himself up a little gym. Still getting your early morning sessions in, Mark? Yeah, good.
6 o'clock this morning.
6 o'clock this morning, yeah?
Yeah, I'll tell.
Custom builds racked up along here. Waiting to get into the workshop. Ben's ride to work bike, not one we stock. So these are the bikes that have been built today, waiting to either get boxed ready for shipment or head over to the store. So we're heading back to Hampton Wick. We'll take a stroll down to our first Hampton Wick store.
Our first shop in Hinchley Wood. We were there for 4 years until we totally busted out the seams and had to relocate, and Hampton Wick was the second choice after Esher. It was a good choice in the end, very good choice.
Right, roll back to '96.
15 years we were there.
Yeah, I used to buy my fishing tackle from shop next door, so I wasn't a stranger to Hampton Wick. No, it looks a bit different.
It's still got the very industrial railings that we had made though.
Yeah, lots of good memories. There for 15 years. it was getting tight after 10, wasn't it? But we managed to keep on going, and
We had a little warehouse down the road,
yeah,
then we moved to another warehouse in Kingston, and we moved again to another warehouse before going to the warehouses that we've just been round. But yeah, we were busting at the seams again.
Shop space wise, it was the hunt began, didn't it, for shop number 3.
Yeah.
And it was I think we had really grown attached to Hampton Wick by then, and really didn't want to leave the area.
And we kept walking past this place on a Friday when we went to the pub. Kept peering through the window of this old office block, thinking what a great bike shop that would be. So after several years of looking through the window of what was an old office block, we were in the fortunate position to be able to actually put an offer in. And sometime later, after a bit of negotiation, we actually ended up with this building in a very different state to what it is now. We got a local designer, Nick Butterfield from Kingston Wheelers, on board. Together we mapped out how this might look, and he came up with some nice design ideas on the inside, and we had to keep this old bit. This is actually part of the original line of buildings that were here, and the office block was wrapped around it, so we had to keep this old fascia, which we quite like. I think it works quite nicely with the new building on either side. Something I was really keen about in the design was to have the split level really obvious to customers when they come in. So we had this, not this tree, we had this glass curtain wall put in, so that straight away you get the impression that the store is over 2 floors. And as you go in, and as you'll see in a moment, we've cut the floor away so that you get a view up to the next floor. So it was always my fear that people might come into the store and not realise we've got more stuff upstairs. So I think we've achieved that pretty well. I think so anyway. Let's go inside. We acquired this building in 2010. People locally were pretty pleased to see something happening to the building finally. The project was a pretty long one, quite a stressful one as well, quite an expensive one. It ran over budget and it ran over time. It took us 10 months, maybe a bit longer, to actually complete the store fit out. It was a lot bigger than we first expected. To cut out the floor was huge. I mean, this is such a solid building. People with pneumatic drills hammering away all day. Neighbours must have loved us. We then put this concrete staircase in, which is quite a feature of the building. It was built in Cornwall in several sections. Yeah, the end result was pretty impressive. I ended up project managing the job, which was interesting because I've never project managed anything before of this sort of scale, certainly, and certainly not building work. It was, you know, the pulling together of friends and pulling together of people like that who were willing to help out that, you know, ended up getting the project across the line. We were all very pleased with how the store came out. Designer was great. It was good fun working with him. It's good to have a cyclist on board helping with the design. So I did the space planning. Someone who'd been in a bike shop for a long time. I kind of understood that side, and he did the creatives and made the store look interesting. It's obviously evolved quite a bit since then. You've got to keep things fresh as well. You know, customers don't want to keep coming back into the same old space and seeing the same thing. So we've got to keep changing and moving around, which we do on quite a regular basis. In fact, there's more work going on at the moment, expanding into a second fit room and some other work going on. People ask about the location. The location was a natural choice for us because it was round the corner from the existing shop. It's a real hotbed for cyclists. I mean, look at any Strava heat map and you'll see how many cyclists come past this area. So we've been very lucky to have so many cyclists on our doorstep. So as well as having a much larger retail space and being able to present product in a much more interesting way and in a better environment for our customers, moving to here also gave us a lot more of the behind the scenes space that we just didn't have at the old shop. So a much bigger workshop, storage facilities, we've put together a staff room, office space as well, which is really important to get off the shop floor and be able to call up customers. It's really changed how we worked and really brought around a lot of efficiencies.
So fast forward to 2012 Olympics. In fact, I remember getting a little tip off saying you're going to love it when they announce the Olympic
Time trial course, yeah.
Yeah.
I know exactly who that was.
Yeah, best not drop them in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, who could ever imagine that for our 20th year we were going to get treated to the men's Olympic time trial going past the front of the store and everything else happening within metres of the store.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
Men's and women's road race just going over Kingston Bridge.
Yeah.
Just a few hundred yards away. And yeah, time trial right past the door. Unbelievable. And a
Really
certain visitor
amazing
to
day.
the store before the time trial, Cancellara, came over and did a recce of the time trial course and used the shop as a base. But we had to keep it all under wraps and keep it rather covert.
Just him and his GoPro, I think,
Yeah.
talking to the GoPro and the course. That's a pretty special moment. One of the moments I really remember is Wiggins coming past, and by far and away the biggest cheer of the day. And in fact, he very, very nicely calls us out in his book. He went past, the place went absolutely crazy, and then this exodus of people leaving the barrier and heading to watch our screens that we'd hide for the day, and the screens in the store.
We had to have security on the door to control the numbers because there were so many people.
Yeah, when he won it, gee, the place just went absolutely crazy, didn't it? And then again, obviously it was on the back of his Tour de France victory, so already Wigo fever was there, and it just went to a whole other level. And thinking back to that year, we'd had a terrible summer, and so trade had been a bit slow that July, and it seemed like the sun came out when the Olympics started, and we had 3 most amazing weeks of sport. Incredible success in cycling. The effect it had on the business and on the entire cycle trade for the few years after that was incredible, wasn't it? I think we sold more bikes that September than we'd sold for the first 7 months of the year. It was
such a positive impact on
amazing.
our business and the industry.
Yeah.
Normally when we'd be going quiet, it just went on and on until literally the weather turned so bad that people really didn't want to ride.
No. I mean, in fact, really, it felt like it didn't stop for the next 4 or 5 years. I mean, it just that fever and that mania was just incredible, wasn't it? And it had such a profound effect on our sport. We owe them quite a debt of gratitude for what they've done for cycling in the UK. That's for sure.
He was just paying us back for loaning him a bike all those years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've obviously always been part of the scene, whether it's through our sponsorship of individual athletes, the triathlon team, the cycling team, a long time partner of Hot Chili events, and more recently Human Race, and then for 2018 we've got a series of 10 sportives, Sigma Sport series, part of our DNA.
It's part of what we do, isn't it?
Great being part of these events. For me, the 2 standout events are the Flagship Man Ride.
Yeah.
Incredible few days riding around Wales to raise awareness for men's mental health, which is longest days I've ever done in the saddle. That amazing last day when we rode from Bristol into London and met, I can't remember now, 100 customers or so, and then we did the last 30 miles together. That will stick with me for a long time to come. And then the other one for me this year was going over with Hot Chili to Morocco, spending a few days riding out of Marrakesh in the Atlas Mountains. A really unique experience, and one that I hope to repeat soon, and one that makes me so excited about the future. There's always like something new and challenging to do. And my memories, yours of this year?
I haven't got any.
Actually, no, you haven't done any, have you? Sorry to rub it in, Jay. You should have done the Man Ride. You would have come to Morocco probably. You up like this year.
Yeah. And then of course Cancellara returned.
Very recently, wasn't it? Yeah.
Doing a ride with customers, which was really special, around Richmond Park.
Yeah.
A short ride, but really took the time to ride with everyone. And then back to the store, Q&A after a spot of lunch. But a really special day for us and for any customers that were lucky enough to get involved.
Yeah. Really lucky to have him. And then earlier in the year we had Schleck, ride and a Q&A, and then soon after Cancellara we had the Brownie Brothers.
Yeah.
Another big hit. We've got some exciting things up our sleeve for 2018. Watch
Yeah,
this space.
hopefully so.
Watch this
Hopefully
space.
so.
So it's great to be back in Hampton Wick. Moved the head office here in September. We've got our content, purchasing, marketing team here.
Good to have you here.
Thanks, Jay. You know, away from the store quite a lot, building up the online presence for the business, which we both realised was super important, not only to reflect the change in the way our customers are shopping with us, but also to really kind of strengthen our store offering with a really solid and reserve and collect. You can be in that shop and every day you see customers that you remember from number 15 or Hinchley Wood, and again, you know, really feel pretty proud and honoured that these people are still shopping with us.
Yeah.
20 odd years later.
Absolutely.
It's great being back here.
Sigma Sports with an S. So for about 25 years, been correcting people when they say Sigma Sports, and now we've added an S on the end.
We have, yeah, not the most dramatic rebranding ever known,
No.
but one done for a reason. The growing online side of the business, and within that, the growing international.
You need a .com.
It makes a lot of sense. We'd already decided we were going to go for a rebranding of some type. So yeah,
Yeah.
we had about a year with a design agency in Shoreditch, backwards and forwards.
Tried different names, just didn't work.
No. I think we realised how much we were wedded to the Sigma Sport name throughout the whole process. But yeah, end result is we've got ourselves a new, in fact, a logo for the first time, half of which is behind us. Gradually rebrand the rest of the business with store
Signage coming in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Changing clothing.
Yeah, new staff uniforms.
Cycle kit.
The most eagerly waited part
Yeah.
by us all is the new cycle kits. So yeah, I think a really great way of starting 2018.
Yeah. An evolution rather than a revolution, I think.
That's the word we've used a few times.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot going on in the store at the moment.
There is, yeah. The store's a hive of activity at night when everyone's gone home. Expanding our fit room by adding a second fit room, because our fit business is growing, and we're having to quote fairly long lead times in the summer. And then downstairs we've got an extension onto our bike handover area. Introduced a new bike brand this year.
Under wraps at the moment.
Pretty under wraps at the moment, so that's pretty exciting. So we've had to have a little bit of a think about how we jig the store around. So there'll be a few changes definitely over the next few weeks and coming months. So yeah, watch this space.